We are at the iconic St. Louis Wax Museum. And why is this place iconic? Because people, influencers that come here, think it's the creepiest one they've ever seen. And this place might close. And so we're checking it out. They would love for me to take this over. So I would like to hear comments below on, do you think we should take over the St. Louis Wax Museum? The St. Louis Wax Museum is on the Cleats Landing. It used to be one of the most popular places to party in all of St. Louis. And downtown St. Louis used to do all these amazing events at the Arch and everything else. They used to have the VP Fair and all this stuff. And now they don't do any of that. And the landing just kind of died. Now it's dead as a doorknob. Nobody comes down here. It's in dire need of a renovation. Really, the only thing that's down here, in all honesty, is a casino. There's a casino. And the old spaghetti factory, which is iconic in St. Louis. And there's Beatles. That's funny. And here's another character from Ghost Ride Productions. Okay, so here's the question. Will the landing ever come back? There's a lot of cool old buildings down here. If you ask me, if St. Louis was smart, they would build a new arena downtown, right next to that dome stadium. Build a brand new arena to bring in lots of events, compete for Final Fours and everything else. And you can't rely on the Cardinals anymore. I'm talking about the city for tourism. They're bad. They're not drawing any attendance. They're probably not going to draw any attendance for a long time, because I don't think they're going to be very good for a long time. St. Louis needs a brand new arena. So short of that, will people come over here to the landing to see this crazy, wacky wax museum? As you can see, it's pretty much all black. There's not a whole lot. Look, that's from Distortions. I don't know what that guy is doing there. There's some old Gag Studio stuff. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, they've got stuff all the way back from the Gag Studios days. A company I don't believe is still in business anymore. I don't think so. And they've got a lot of props here. There's some more. They got a Muckle Bones over there. Coffins. More Ghost Ride stuff. So here's the dilemma. If I were to take over this wax museum, which is being offered to me, my dilemma, if I'm being completely honest here, that's from Unit 70. There's a predator and an alien. That's the original alien from Distortions, and the original alien from Distortions as well. Check that out. That way, okay. Then you got an Alfred Hitchcock right here. Very cool. What would happen if I took this over? Let me tell you what would happen. I would get sucked up. I would get sucked up into this thing, thinking it would be an endless renovation, meaning the renovation would last forever. I would be renovating, trying to make it one of the coolest wax museums in the country. That's what I would do, you know me. And I would spend gazillions of dollars. And then again, the question begs, would anyone even care? Would anyone come over here if the wax museum was actually really cool? Now that's really cool. That's a Lon Chaney right there. Lon Chaney, Phantom of the Opera. And here's more wax figures. I guess this is Jack the Ripper. And who wants to see these characters behind this chain link and all this black? I mean, this would be a major renovation. I mean major. Look at that. There's a hanging prop there. There's another one. There's some pirates. More pirates. There's Pinhead. I mean, look at this. It's in very poor condition. And one of the people who loves this place is Adam the Woo. He loves this place because obviously he likes really weird places. And yes, this place is in bad condition. That's obvious. And we're just trying to document all the props in here. We're trying to see everything. There's Linda Blair as the Exorcist. Hannibal Lecter. Right there. Should I take this over and renovate it? I will be working on this for an eternity. An absolute freaking eternity. And here's another head. And there's Scream. Of course, you have to look at it. And who wants to take pictures of this stuff when it's in like a screen in front of it? Okay? It doesn't look good.
Was true.
Lots of props in here.
The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes in America.
Chainsaw Massacre. They have a lot of props from Unit 70 and Ghost Ride. I mean, it's a lot. Look at all these. I wonder if instead of having this basement area as a wax museum, because clearly it's not. It's just basically an area with a lot of props. Okay, I mean, that's what it is. There's some more figures there. If you could do like a, look at that Komodo dragon. That is freaking cool as hell. You got a dog. You got an alligator. There's a savage right there. There's another one. And another one. And there's another one. And there's another one. And then here's a whole bunch. I mean, everything about this place is just random. Everything is just kind of randomly here. No rhyme, no reason. There's a cool devil character. Wow. There's a lot of props down here. And there's Hitler. Hitler is in the Horror Museum with Big Ben over there. And I'm trying to remember what this guy's name is. I know who he is. He's like a devil worship guy, ran the Church of Satan. That's what I'm guessing. I'm trying to remember what his name is. I know what his name is. It just, for some reason, it escapes me at the moment. Wow, this place is just full of random props everywhere. You name it. It's not really a wax museum. And nothing scary happens. But like, let's go look at the top floors and talk about this. Hold on. There's Alfred Hitchcock again. Are you here?
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna look at let's look at the lobby real quick. There's the Incredible Hulk. There's Vin Diesel, The Rock, Bruce Lee, about to fight Mike Tyson. There's Wonder Woman up there. A bad Harley Quinn, a bad Poison Ivy. And here's Jack Sparrow. That's pretty cool. Kobe. That one's pretty good. And there's good old Jack Napier. And look at this. Cool Raptor. But there's Obama, Kim Jong-un, there's Trump, and there's Putin. And you know, Putin and Trump are having their... Should I go all the way to the top and then... Okay. Are having their little powwow. Oh, look, there's the landing. That's the casino. Right over there. And virtually all of these buildings are basically empty. So if you were going to the Horror Museum, you'd go down there. We're going to go all the way to the top and walk through and talk about this wax museum. For starters, you got to get rid of this carpet. Oh my goodness. And here's another prop. The place needs audio. They got the whole Star Wars set here. Now I'll tell you what I was thinking. If it was a wax museum, and then it was a haunted house down below. There's Hank Aaron, Babe Ruth, Mark McGuire, Michael Jordan, Madame Tussauds. Now the theming up here is a little better. I'm guessing that's George Washington Carver. Here we got Martin Luther King and Gandhi, appropriately located towards each other because they both advocated nonviolent change. There's somebody who's famous in St. Louis, Charles Lindbergh. He's from St. Louis, back when people who flew planes were movie stars. That is true. That looks like Elizabeth Taylor, for sure. Got some popes here. But, I mean, look. There's Napoleon, Caesar, King Tut, I'm guessing. I don't know. That's some Inca guy. And here's the 7 drawers. And you can see there's a little bit of theming here. But you know what it doesn't have? There's no audio. And by the way, these walls are black. Probably would need to get like some wallpaper so that the walls were covered and maybe had like where you could read about the characters that are nearby. And I can hear it's raining. Bunch of presidents in here. Carter, he's considered the worst president in history until Joe Biden. I mean, come on, let's all own that, right? Joe Biden's terrible. I mean, I'm not even sure he knew he was president, to be honest. So you can't really fault him because he really didn't do anything. Other people did it for him. This is like all World War II-ish because that's General MacArthur, I think, Churchill, Charles de Gaulle, the French president maybe, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and this would be Stalin. And you can see they got a TV over here. It's not very well done. And it's obviously broken. It's just playing the same thing over and over again. Let's move on. There's Men in Black, Matrix, Spock. I mean, look at this. Look at the walls. I mean, like who would want to come here? You know, this place needs a complete overhaul. And I just feel like it would be a massive project to try to make this into something that somebody might want to see. Now look at this one. Nothing. And see here, let me take my light away. You can't even see. So it's like there's no sound. Man, that glass is just shaking. No display. There's nothing to tell you that I'm guessing that's like maybe Moses or something. He's got like a Bible or some kind down there. I don't know. Jesus in the manger. You can hear the audio does not work. So this is kind of telling you the history of Jesus as he gets older. And I mean, look at the carpet. But can anybody guess if maybe that was put in? And so there's Jesus. You know, I'm going to do something real quick for somebody who loves this kind of stuff. But I'm going to do it on my phone. So let me go back here. I know. This is terrible. Hold on. Hey, check this out. At the St. Louis Wax Museum, they have a whole section devoted to Jesus growing up. Because that's what it is. Tells the story. The problem is, see, there's Jesus. There's everyone, and then here's the Last Supper, and then there's a nameplate for everybody that's here. And then it goes right over here to the crucifixion. Right here. Somebody's down there. The crucifixion. Right there. Now you hear some audio. And then there's the resurrection. And we follow that up with Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. I look at the back of that wall. It's just plywood. And that is from the worst Superman movie ever, probably. Halo. Captain America. Iron Man again. What do you see? Plywood. I would get rid of all this glass if it was me. Now, you know what's cool is they have a really cool wax figure of Johnny Depp, and then up here they got a fiberglass one. Not good. Indiana Jones, Lara Croft. This is just very, very poorly themed. Like beyond belief. And it needs audio narration. And then right here, you see there's like no light. You can't even see anything. Am I locked in? No, it's a door. I think there's like just one more floor here. We'll be all done. Well, that's Marie Antoinette. Before she lost her head. Louis Armstrong. Michael Jackson, Liberace, John Lennon, Elvis Presley. And so don't you think they need like audio? It's just kind of sort of like, you know, like it repeats with like a number attached to each person. Maybe tells you a little bit about their life, things they went through. And who the heck is this? There's another ghost ride prop there. Better turn my light back on. There's Patrick Swayze. Right there. And Whoopi Goldberg, Denzel Washington. I'm guessing Steve McQueen because he's on a motor vehicle. Oh, that's Lauren Hardy, John Wayne. Humphrey Bogart. Is that Louis Armstrong, I guess? This is W.C. Fields. There's no sign, by the way. I'm guessing these. I think that's it. So, there you have it. Hey, thanks a lot.
Oh, no problem.
I think I got everything I need.
Oh, yeah. It's creepy.
Hey, thanks for staying here.
Oh, no problem.
Let's walk out here and take a quick look. This is the landing. And the landing is a very, very beautiful place that has just been left to rot. And there it is, Laclede's Landing Wax Museum. You can see the website address right there. Now, it's literally right across the street from the convention center. And this place used to be bustling with restaurants, nightclubs. And then the nightclub you're pulling up on right here, this building right here, this used to be my nightclub. I used to own this. It was called Tasmania. And it's changed quite a bit because these windows weren't here. This was something like where you kind of come in, and that was the porch, but they made it part of the building. And it is what it is now. It's now an abandoned building. One of many. And that down there used to be Boomers, and you can see that yellow tube. They're obviously trying to turn that building into condos or something. See how they got all the windows ripped out? So they're renovating that building. You can see that. They're totally renovating it. And you see what's right in front of us is the arch. But this used to be one of the most popular night spots. This place right here, it was called Boomers. And I'm gonna walk down here because I'm gonna see. And then you can see Metrolink is running over that bridge. That's called the Eads Bridge. It's one of the most famous bridges in the world, by the way. And you can see right there, it says Greeley Lofts. So that building over there has already been turned into lofts. But this right here, you can see, it's being renovated. So you used to go down right here, these steps, and inside that door was Boomers. And then on the other side was a restaurant. And you can see right here, rooftop views. They're gonna obviously try to turn a lot of these buildings into housing because the businesses have all left. They're all gone. And then right there, you can see the casino. And really the only thing down here is that hotel right in front of you, the casino, and I guess a couple lofts. and this place right here, the Old Spaghetti Factory, right here. Now, I can tell you, my old nightclub here will never be lofts. It's not big enough. It's possible it gets torn down. Who knows? Look, there's another bridge right there. And there used to be a place around the corner. It was like a Hooters. There was a magic store over here. Yeah, it's all gone. Let's walk in here for a second. Whoops, excuse me. Okay, you see where I'm going? Whoops, hold on, there we go. See, it says the Old Spaghetti Factory. Look at this place. This is still super popular. And it's like all antiques. And you can see how beautiful it is. It's like super, super beautiful. And it doesn't look like they're very busy today. Look at that. All they sell pretty much is, I think, spaghetti and a couple other things. And now this place used to be so busy. Like, this would be like my favorite place in the world as a kid to come. Everybody wanted to go to the Old Spaghetti Factory. And like, now there's no one here. Now it still does get very busy. Just not busy right now. The Old Spaghetti Factory. So, there's the little tour. And I'd love to hear your comments and find out what you think.
I gotta get the sign in.
About, should I take over the wax museum? I don't know. It seems like that'd be a pretty stupid idea. I don't know. Love to hear your comments. So, anyway, it's really hot out here. And I mean really hot. So, there's your little tour of the landing. I could walk around the whole place. Just more of the same. Up at the top of this street, there was a Planet Hollywood. And Bruce Willis literally performed right in front of it on a stage, right in front over here. And then it was turned into a nightclub and another nightclub, and then it was gone. But there you have it. And this place right over here was called Morgan Street Brewery, where they actually made the beer. But look at this place. There is just so much great architecture down here. And unfortunately, most of it's empty. The story of St. Louis, I tell you. There's another building. Look at the architecture. It's beautiful. When you think about like, oh, I want to open a haunted house somewhere. Yeah, this would be a great location. Look at how cool and creepy the buildings are. Problem is, nobody comes down here. You know, nobody. Look, there's another building. You can see a ladder in the one window. So obviously they were working on it at some point. And you can see that's, they want to try to like redevelop the whole place. I don't think, you know, it's gonna happen anytime soon. One of the great things about the location is, do you see this right here? Do you see right there? Right there. That is the entrance to the Arch Grounds, okay? And there used to be a parking garage there. So people used to park there and come to the landing. But it's no longer a parking garage. It was redeveloped into being part of the park itself. Look at these buildings. Look at how beautiful they are. I mean, look at this. This used to be cobblestones. Obviously, they replaced it. And you can see what they want to do. But you can see there's also nothing inside. It's a ghost town. It's not easy to renovate these old buildings. Costs a lot of money. You can see there's a parking garage right there. Nobody's even manning it. Why? Because nobody parks down here. Nobody comes. It's a ghost town. Again, maybe you should open a haunted house down here, right? And look, here's a restaurant that's actually open. Kimchi Guys. It says Korean barbecue. Okay. I like Korean barbecue. Maybe I'll go over there and get something to eat. What do you think? But yeah, here is where we're walking to where there used to be a parking garage. There is no longer a parking garage. Now it's a beautiful park where you can walk around the arch grounds. See that? And now, you know, it's got all kinds of like beautiful things you can walk on, plants, bushes, trees, and it's just the arch ground. So you just like walk around and you can see that beautiful bridge, that walking bridge. Looks really nice. And this is one of the most famous bridges in the United States. It's called the Eads Bridge. And it's right here. Oh well. I think, and by the way, you also can board Metrolink here. So that's another little caveat that I failed to mention. This bridge was renovated maybe a couple decades ago. Look, there's a dead bird over there. It's disgusting. And you can see bird droppings everywhere. It's just gross. I gotta get out of here. Greeley Loft. So clearly there's no lofts in there. But I do see some lights on in that building, so somebody's working there. You got a little parking garage right here. You can see some steel architecture, lots of trees. It's very pretty down here. Just sadly, no one's living down here or running businesses. But we did find two. Found a Korean place. We found a Korean place, and the old Spade factory are still open. The rest is closed. Now, what does that say? The Corber Stone. Looks like it's open. Now, this is all new sidewalks, new streets. It used to be cobblestone. Back before they built the arch, this was just littered with warehouses because the riverfront would be littered with paddle boats, steamboats. This was a big hub. Yeah, there's some sort of restaurant right here. Doesn't look like it's open. Oh, it does say it's open. Look how many people are inside. That would be no one. Absolutely no one. Well, thanks for joining me on this video, and we'll see you in another video. We're going to be making more videos now that the haunt season is here. And I'm still trying to learn this camera. I don't know how to turn it around. So anyway, let me know what you think about the Wax Museum. I want to hear your comments. Leave them below and tell me what you think. Tell me how much you think it would cost too to renovate this thing. I'm thinking I mean, if I do it the way that I do stuff, oh my gosh, there's no limit to how much it would cost. It would be a fun project. I would really love to do it. It would be entertaining, mentally stimulating, I think. Financially disastrous, maybe. Oh well, until next time, make sure you like and subscribe to the page, and we'll talk to you soon. Goodbye, good night, and have a great Halloween season. It's almost here. I think I'm gonna go over to this Korean place and check it out. All right, Till next time.